It's funny too, looking back on that, because we weren't even sure if we were gonna break up or not. That was sort of the question at the time. We already wrote all these songs. He already quit the band. He agreed to record them. So like the goal really was just like, okay, let's just get a recording that we're really proud of. And then we'll figure it out after that. Weird way to go into a record, but somehow it ended up working out.
I just remember flying through everything. There wasn't a lot of time spent on any real element from that album. The drum takes were all done in like less than 4 hours. Jeremy did his vocals. I mean, some of them were one take. It was a lot of just trial and error. And when I listen back to that album, though, there's a lot of that urgency and a lot of that gut instinct and all the tones and everything.
I kind of had my mind blown by seeing Mono at Troubadour, and it was so loud in a different way that I had ever perceived a band. I wanted it to be more like City of Caterpillar and Envy and those bands. I think that's probably what more we wanted to do, but we just didn't really have the skill for that. You know, I was using an old Mustang, and Tyson had just bought a Telecaster, and we used one of those yellow old Boss OS2s. And that was basically the guitar sound for everything. Just cranking the overdrive on it and just turning the amps up really loud.
I have no idea what microphones I threw on it or anything. It was going into all stock, just whatever I had on my desk. There was nothing fancy in that signal chain at all. Yep. Doing the vocals on that record was where I really had my first opportunity to kind of experiment and do something different. This is the mic we used for the first record. It is a cheap $30 ribbon mic. This exact one was right up front on his vocal, which was like super high end for my studio at the time. This one was about 10 feet back, but all that roomy sound you hear in his vocal all over that first record is all coming from this guy. I remember Jeremy saying like, hey, Jeff's gonna come in and do vocals on this song, and I'm just like, wait, he's coming to my studio?
Yeah.
And I was a big Thursday fan, so getting that email being like, okay, these are Jeff's isolated vocal tracks for his guest spot on the record, was like, okay, this isn't just some like local band type demo thing we're doing here. Yeah, and those aren't names to take lightly when you're like second guessing your band or what you're doing, to have the two guys that have been through it that much.
I believe it's this plaza right here. We were playing the show with La Quiete from Italy and Phoenix Bodies, whose bands we really liked. My parents had actually come to see us because it was at this like nice bar place. It was 21 and over, which I don't even think we realized really. Nick and I both were not 21 yet, but through the back alley we went up these stairs. Somehow they figured out a way in. They handed me a guitar, they handed Nick a bass, and then we just started playing. The first show is actually where we're about to go, the 580 House. It's an all-vegan punk house where we played our first show and a few of our first shows. We just played right in the living room right there, in front of that window. Very cool place. I miss it.